One of the happiest days of their lives, closely followed by one of the saddest. Not long after Rochelle's white wedding in 2010, her mum Phyllis, seen here in the blue dress, was diagnosed with breast cancer. Neither women knew that as Ashkenazie Jews, they were more likely than the general population to carry a faulty gene that could cause the disease.
In the back of my mum's head, she did know that an auntie of hers had died of women's problems, and that a cousin of hers had had ovarian cancer. But no one had ever told her that that was linked to breast cancer or that it was linked to any sort of gene or genetic. So that when she'd gone to the GP, she didn't think to mention it, and the GP hadn't actually asked about that sort of thing.
Cancer happens when abnormal cells start to grow and divide out of control. The BRCA1 and the BRCA2 genes are known as tumour suppressor genes. So it's their job to repair any cell damage and to stop cells from growing and dividing too quickly. But what happens when these genes are faulty, so there's a mutation in the BRCA genes, is essentially that they don't do their job properly, and those cells are allowed to grow and divide and multiply too quickly, and over time that can lead to a cancer forming.
In the general population, 1 in 800 people will have the BRCA mutation, but for people with Ashkenazi Jewish heritage, it's more like 1 in 40. It's estimated that in nearly 7,000 Ashkenazi Jews living in Leeds, at least 250 men and women will be affected. Tests showed Rochelle has the BRCA1 mutation. She's now had a full hysterectomy and mastectomy to reduce her risk of getting breast or ovarian cancer.
When my mum found out that I had the genetic mutation, she was upset because she felt she'd passed this on to me. And I said, no, Mum, you've saved my life. You've given me the information, you've given me the ability to make a choice to do something. The risk of breast cancer in the general population is about 12%. For people who have the BRCA genetic mutations, there's a lifetime risk of around 80%. So that was my risk before the operations. Now I've had the operations, my risk of breast cancer is at 5%, which is obviously significantly lower than the general population now.
But it was too late for her mum to have preventative surgery. In her memory, Rochelle has launched BRCA Journey to offer support and raise awareness of the cancer-causing gene. Victoria Whittam, ITV News, Leeds.